Welcome, dear listeners, to a journey shrouded in the mystique of the Easter Island. Today, you will step into the world of the guardians of the island, where Tomas, a young native of Rapa Nui, embarks on a transformative quest as he uncovers ancient inscriptions that offer a window into the deep ecological wisdom and cultural heritage of their ancestors. Prepare to be transported through time and spirit, discovering age-old truths that resonate with our lives today. So, settle in, relax, and let the winds of the Pacific whisper the ancient secrets of survival and harmony. Tomas stands at the edge of the cliff, gazing out over the vast Pacific, the waves crashing rhythmically against the rugged shores of Rapa Nui. Today marks the beginning of the annual ceremony that seeks to renew the bond between the island's people and their ancestors. For Tomas, a young man born and bred on this remote island, the ceremony is not just tradition, it's a call to delve deeper into his roots and understand the ways of the Rapa Nui, which seem to be fading with each passing year. As he walks towards the ceremonial site, Tomas feels a stirring within him, a mixture of anticipation and solemnity. The elders, adorned in traditional feathered cloaks, gather the community around the ancient stone platforms where the moai stand tall. These colossal statues, the silent guardians of the island, have watched over their land for centuries, their backs to the sea, facing the villages as eternal protectors. The ceremony begins with the elder, Paho, who has known Tomas since he was a child, recounting the legends of their people, stories of heroism, unity, and respect for the land that sustains them. Tomas listens intently, each word resonating with a deep sense of purpose. Today, more than ever, he feels the weight of responsibility to preserve these tales, fearing they might one day be lost to the modern world's relentless encroach. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the faces of the moai, the community engages in traditional songs. The haunting melodies, accompanied by the steady beat of the pahu drum, seem to transcend time, connecting the present with the echoes of the past. Tomas joins in, his voice merging with those of his family and neighbors, in a powerful expression of identity and continuity. The climax of the ceremony arrives when the elders invite the younger members to come forward and place their hands upon the cool, weathered stone of the nearest moai. As Tomas's palms touch the monolithic figure, he experiences a vision that is both vivid and unsettling, a flash of the island as it might have been centuries ago, vibrant and untouched, followed by a stark, desolate future, stripped of its heritage and beauty. Shaken, Tomas retreats from the statue, his heart racing as the vision fades but leaves a lingering impression. He realizes that these visions are not just a warning but a calling. It's as if the ancestors themselves are urging him to act, to become a bridge between the old ways and the new, ensuring that the essence of Rapa Nui is not only remembered but revitalized. As the ceremony concludes and the night envelopes the island, Tomas walks home under a canopy of stars, his mind abuzz with thoughts. He knows what he must do. He must dig deeper, learn everything he can about the ancient practices, the spiritual connections to the land, and the cultural rituals that have defined his people for generations. This knowledge is his inheritance, one that he must protect and pass on as faithfully as the moai have watched over their island. Tomas's journey has just begun. In his heart, he carries the legacy of his ancestors, ready to face the challenges of a changing world while striving to keep the spirit of Rapa Nui alive. The next morning, with the echoes of last night's ceremony still resonating in his mind, Tomas wakes to a day filled with purpose. Alongside his sister Anna, he sets out to explore the lesser-known areas of their island home, driven by the vivid vision he experienced. Their goal is not just exploration but a quest for understanding, a need to uncover the secrets that the moai and the island itself might hold. Walking through the rugged terrain, Tomas and Anna make their way towards the Reno Raraka quarry, where the moai were carved centuries ago. The site, a silent testament to the ingenuity of their ancestors, is more than just a historical landmark, it's a bridge to the past. As they climb the slopes, Tomas feels the presence of the ancient carvers, their whispers carried by the wind, urging him to look closer, to see beyond the surface. Upon reaching the top, the siblings notice something unusual at the base of an unfinished moai, the faint outlines of what appear to be inscriptions, long covered by moss and the wear of time. With gentle hands and careful strokes, Tomas and Anna begin to clear the area, revealing a set of intricate carvings that neither of them has seen before. The symbols are complex, possibly indicative of a coded language or map used by the Rapa Nui. This could be a major discovery, Anna whispers, her voice a mix of excitement and awe. Tomas nods, his eyes scanning the symbols, trying to decipher their meanings. They spend hours documenting the inscriptions, taking photographs, and making sketches, determined to unlock the message hidden for ages. As the sun begins to set, casting a golden glow over the quarry, Tomas and Anna sit back, their eyes fixed on the newly revealed carvings. The symbols speak of water pathways, celestial alignments, and rituals, suggesting a sophisticated understanding of their environment and its sacred significance. This discovery, Tomas realizes, is not just about the past, it's a testament to the wisdom that must not be forgotten. The implications of their find are profound. The knowledge contained in these inscriptions could offer insights into sustainable living practices, spiritual life, and community organization, echoing the very lessons Tomas feels compelled to revive and preserve. It's a direct connection to their forebears' ways of understanding and interacting with the world, a way of life that honored the balance between human needs and the natural world. Fueled by a newfound resolve, Tomas and Anna decide to seek the wisdom of the elders. They need guidance, someone who can help them interpret the inscriptions more deeply and integrate this knowledge into modern life. The journey back home is quiet, both siblings lost in thought, pondering the implications of their discovery. That night, Tomas lies awake, thinking about the journey ahead. He knows that the path will not be easy, and the integration of this ancient wisdom into today's world will be challenging. However, the potential to restore some of what has been lost or forgotten excites him. He is ready to lead, to learn, and to fight for the preservation of Rapa Nui's legacy, just as the moai have stood resiliently guarding their island. The next steps are clear. They must delve deeper into the language and lore of their ancestors, ensuring that this revival of old knowledge serves as a beacon for their community's future. For Tomas, the journey has truly just begun, and it promises to reshape the destiny of Rapa Nui. Under the warm glow of the early morning sun, Tomas and Anna set out to meet with the elders. With the ancient inscriptions carefully transcribed in Tomas's notebook, they walked towards the village meeting house, a structure as old and weathered as the traditions it upholds. The air is heavy with the scent of the sea, mingling with the earthy aroma of the island's flora, a reminder of the deep connection the Rapa Nui have with their environment. As they enter the meeting house, the elders greet them with nods of respect. There is anticipation in their eyes. Tomas begins, his voice steady. "We have discovered something that might help us reconnect with the wisdom of our ancestors." He unfolds the pages of his notebook, displaying the detailed sketches of the inscriptions they uncovered. The room fills with a reverent silence as the elders lean in, their eyes tracing the lines and symbols that speak of an age-old lore. One of the elders, a wizened woman named Maru, gestures for Tomas to hand her the notebook. Her fingers, gnarled with age, touch the drawings lightly, tracing the pathways and circles. "These are not just markings," she says, her voice a soft murmur. "They are a map, a guide to living harmoniously with our island." She explains that the inscriptions reference specific natural events and the rituals that accompanied them, designed to ensure balance and prosperity. Fueled by Maru's insights, Tomas and Anna, along with a group of interested villagers, embark on a journey to rediscover these ancient sites and rituals mentioned in the inscriptions. They traverse the island from the volcanic slopes to the coastal edges where the earth meets the vast ocean. At each site, they perform the rituals as described by the elders, each act of reverence a step towards restoring the old ways. As they engage in these practices, Tomas feels a profound connection not just to his ancestors but to the land itself. He learns of plants that heal, waters that nourish, and stars that guide. Each piece of knowledge adds a layer to his understanding of how his people once thrived in such harmony with their surroundings. "Our ancestors were not just survivors," he reflects during one of the rituals. "They were custodians of this land, attuned to its rhythms and needs." The journey also brings Tomas and Anna closer to the island's natural beauty and power. They learn about the significance of certain tree species used in building canoes, the importance of specific fishing spots, and how the positions of stars were used to predict seasonal changes. This knowledge, once commonplace but now regarded as almost magical, rekindles a sense of pride and responsibility in them. One evening, as they gather around a newly restored ahu, ceremonial platforms where the moai stand, Tomas shares his experiences with the community. The gathering under the stars turns into a celebration of renewal. Stories are shared, food is distributed, and dances are performed. "We are not just restoring old buildings or statues," Tomas announces to the group. "We are reviving our spirit, our unity with nature and each other." As the night deepens, the community's enthusiasm grows. Their commitment to continue what Tomas and Anna have started becomes evident. There is laughter, singing, and an overwhelming sense of belonging. For Tomas, this marks a pivotal moment in his journey, a realization that his vision is now shared by many, empowering them to continue the path of ecological and cultural revival. Together, Tomas and Anna are looking out over the sea, the moai behind them silhouetted against the moonlit sky. They have begun the work of weaving the threads of the past with the present, ensuring that the wisdom of their ancestors continues to enrich their lives and safeguard their future. The revitalization of ancient practices on Rapa Nui brings a new sense of identity and pride to Tomas and his community, but it also stirs undercurrents of opposition. As the island slowly transforms, the tension between traditional values and modern pressures becomes palpable. Developers eyeing the island for potential tourist resorts see the renewed interest in traditional ways as a hindrance to their plans. One morning, a group of developers convenes in the village to propose a new resort that would occupy a significant portion of the coastline, including several sites recently reclaimed for traditional rituals. The meeting is tense. Tomas attends with other community members, their presence a silent testament to their opposition. The lead developer, a smooth-talking man, presents glossy images of the proposed resort, speaking of economic growth and job opportunities. Imagine the potential, he urges, casting a vision of prosperity but glossing over the cultural and environmental costs. Tomas listens, his fists clenched, as the developer dismisses the sacredness of the land with corporate ease. After the presentation, Tomas stands to speak, his voice firm and carrying the weight of his ancestors' wisdom. This land you see as empty and ripe for profit is full of life, history, and spirit. We have only just begun to reconnect with our roots, to understand the balance that sustained our people for centuries. You cannot put a price on that. The room divides, with some locals tempted by the promise of jobs while others nod in agreement with Tomas. The debate that follows is heated, with Tomas and Anna leading the defense, armed with evidence of the environmental and cultural revival that is knitting the community closer than ever. In the days that follow, Tomas and Anna organize gatherings to educate their community about the potential long-term consequences of the proposed development. They invite environmental experts and cultural historians to speak, providing a broader perspective on the implications of losing their cultural heritage to temporary economic gains. The challenge also strengthens Tomas's resolve to preserve the moai and other sacred sites. He spearheads a movement to declare these areas protected heritage sites, engaging with local government officials and leveraging the growing tourism interest in authentic cultural experiences as a counterpoint to the developers' plans. As the community's campaign gains momentum, Tomas finds unexpected allies in the global community. Environmental groups and cultural preservation organizations offer support, drawn by the story of a small island fighting to preserve its heritage against modern encroachments. Through this experience, Tomas evolves from a local leader into a symbol of resistance, embodying the struggle to balance tradition and progress. The community's unity becomes its strength, showing that their shared values are worth fighting for. Yet, the future of the island remains uncertain, but the community's spirit is unbroken. Under a starlit sky, Tomas meets with his fellow activists at the restored Ahu, their faces lit by the soft glow of torchlight. No matter the outcome, Tomas declares, we stand together, guardians of our island, protectors of our past, and architects of our future. This rallying cry cements their resolve to continue the fight, ensuring that their voices, like those of their ancestors, will not be silenced. As dawn breaks over Rapa Nui, the air is filled with the scent of the ocean and the distant call of seabirds. The island community gathers at the sacred site where the moai overlook the sea, their silhouettes stark against the lightning sky. Today marks a significant victory for Tomas and his people. The proposed resort development has been officially halted, thanks to their relentless advocacy and the global support they garnered. Tomas stands before the community, his eyes reflecting the fire of a leader who has fought hard for his beliefs. Today, we celebrate not just the protection of our land but the revival of our spirit, he begins, his voice resonant and clear. We have shown the world that our heritage is our future, that by protecting our past, we are building a stronger tomorrow. The celebration is vibrant, with traditional music and dance weaving through the crowd. Elders teach young children the steps and songs of their ancestors, passing down knowledge that was nearly lost but now thrives again. Food prepared in the ancient style is shared, its flavors a reminder of the deep connection between the Rapa Nui and their environment. Tomas reflects on the journey that brought them to this moment. He walks through the village, stopping to speak with families who have started using traditional farming techniques rediscovered through the inscriptions. These methods, once abandoned, have proven more sustainable and effective than modern alternatives, reinforcing the community's resilience. Anna, by his side, has documented the revival process, her articles and photos spreading across social media and traditional news outlets, inspiring other indigenous communities around the world to reclaim and protect their cultural legacies. It's about giving voice to our history, ensuring that our traditions enlighten our steps forward, she explains as she prepares another post for their growing followers. As the sun climbs higher, the community's leaders gather to discuss the next steps. They plan to expand the protected areas and develop eco-friendly tourism that educates visitors about the significance of the Moai and the Rapa Nui culture. Tomas is appointed to lead a new cultural preservation council, tasked with overseeing these projects and ensuring that the balance between growth and heritage is maintained. Looking forward, Tomas envisions a model of development that harmonizes with tradition, where technology and ancient wisdom coexist to enhance sustainability and community well-being. He proposes initiatives like solar energy harnessing and rainwater collection, techniques that align with environmental stewardship and provide practical benefits. Once again, the community celebrates into the evening, the Moai standing guard as they have for centuries. The firelight casts dancing shadows, and the air is thick with the promise of renewal. Tomas, standing with Anna at the edge of the gathering, feels a profound connection to his ancestors, whose wisdom guided him to this renewal. "We are the guardians of this island," Tomas says, looking out at the faces of his community, young and old. "Together, we preserve its spirit, protect its beauty, and pass on its stories. This is our legacy, our responsibility, and our gift to future generations." With hearts full of hope and eyes set on a sustainable future, the people of Rapa Nui continue their dance, their songs echoing off the stone giants that have watched over them through the ages, ensuring that the guardians of the island will never stand alone. Thank you for joining us on this journey with Tomas and Anna across the enigmatic landscapes of the Easter Island. As we part ways, may the echoes of the guardians of the island inspire you to seek your own path of self-discovery and cultural appreciation. Remember, the connection between humanity and nature is eternal and profound. Until next time, keep the spirit of the Rapa Nui alive within you, and take gentle care of the world that sustains us all. Farewell, and may peace accompany you until we meet again in another story.